So it's a fact, and the president has seen that math, science, technology, and engineering are suffering. The kids aren't venturing into those areas, those specialties. And I think it even, well, math, I guess, covers the medical sciences too, not only biology, physics, the class sciences, but medicine and serious medical research. It is said that in graduate science classes or degrees, the majority are foreigners. Maybe 5 out of 50 are Americans. And I'm not sure how it got to this place because the country has people who are supposed to be guarding and watching stuff, but everybody gets caught up in the triviality that or they sold their souls, you know what I mean? They join this special little secret group over there, and they don't understand that the enemy doesn't want America to be strong and to survive. You see, I think America is so important and so big that it should have people with foresight that could see things, down the road. In other words, what people are talking about now, see how it's going to be down the road. Just try to wrap your mind around it. And I'm sure that you've done some of that because in the 70s I met a guy who was studying what the future for computing, how it's going to affect people, but I don't know what he came with and I don't see anything has changed or nothing. But specifically, I think why individuals are not doing well in these areas, engineering, technology, math, science, medicine, and anything that has to do with mathematics, because all these here have to do with mathematics. It's, first of all, the professionals said that rote memory is bad, so people shouldn't have to learn the times tables. Now, at my age, I'm 58 this year. Be 59, shortly. And I could do 16 times table like that. 16 1, 16, 16 2 is 32, 16 3 is 48, 16 4 is 64, 16 5 is 80, 16 6 is 96, and so on. I could do it. And I could do from 2 right up to 16. In fact, I could almost go up to 25 times. I recall driving the school bus, kids out of control. So I said, listen, I have $20 here, and I want to give it to anybody who will do me, some times tables. What about 7? And this was middle school upward. What was 7 times tables? Nobody taking me up with it. What about 5 times tables? Nobody taking me up with that. So some will take me up, but they're playing games. They'll write down the numbers, and they'll say, I'm ready. But, I know how to do it. Also, they don't seem to be able to concentrate. So they'll say 7, 14, 21, 28, and so on, doing 7 times. No, I don't want you to do it like that, man. I want you to say, 7 1 7, 7 2 is 14, 7 3 is 21, 7 4 is 28. I mean, they were able to sell them on this rote idea. These people learned by rote, they shouldn't do that, therefore it's bad, get rid of that. And so in the place about sliding rule, computers, calculators, and now, folks don't have the basic, because you see all the advanced math, calculus and trigonometry and all that stuff. It requires a kind of appreciation for numbers and a fascination with numbers, so that if one can't count and find numbers hard, then it's tough to really do the math and move up in the math and fulfill these areas that the president is lamenting about. So that's the first thing they did. Take it out, and I'm not sure if they're going to go back there, because you see, yes, rote might be. I don't see rote as being. You have to memorize some things. You have to memorize your driver's license, social security number, your date of birth. There are a lot of things. Your phone numbers, emergency numbers. There are a lot of things you need to memorize. The alphabet, all that kind of stuff. I mean, why don't they say the rote memory is not good for learning the alphabet? But just the numbers, because the enemy will know that numbers thing is going to come back and catch us. Foreigners are going to come in and do it, and when you need them, they just gone home. Or they just, okay, I better don't go there. Then you have Sesame Street. Sesame Street is there. I think Sesame Street is a bad street to live on. Parents would put the kids in front of Sesame Street and and like Sesame Street is a babysitter, so it does several things. It makes the characters important in their lives. They're like their teachers. So the animals, Big Bird, Snuffleupagus, all that. Even have Contractly, which is some voodoo, which I'm going to talk about later. So they discovered, or we discovered, that kids who go to school after Sesame Street and these other learning, TV shows, they do show some brilliance and they excel and wonderful. But the other kids who might come from a poor country or who might come from a poor home in America, or parents had not encouraged them in that sort of learning, they're slower because they don't have that training. But in about 2 or 3 years, they catch up and they surpass them. And I think that these shows demoralize the kids so much because they like the dog and the dog is my teacher and all this stuff. I mean, look, teachers are important. They're significant others, and children like to emulate their teachers. I remember some of my teachers, and I'm sure in my way of doing things, I have incorporated several of my teachers. So when you have people now incorporating Muppets and puppets and animals and stuffed animals and stupidness, I mean, they can be stupid. And the other TV shows are so trivial that individuals lack the depth and that deep thinking. And, look, history is something is a problem. This child growing up in a community, so many people smoking and doing drugs and end up destroyed. They're going to go and do the same thing and get destroyed. I mean, where's the breadth of thought saying like, oh, this happened to this one, I'm not going to try it. It's going to happen to me sometime or later. I'm going to stay away from it. And then Sesame Street also introduces them to a little bit of voodoo apart from Halloween and the Ouija board and so on. That Count Dracula. And it makes it exciting. He's counting and he's doing his flash, lightning flash and all that stuff. And who might not have had the Halloween experience and other forms of evil, this is an introduction to evil. And the parents would dress them up early and put them into Halloween and make them a ghoul and so on. I mean, folks think these things are jokes, but you don't see the end of it yet. Apart from not being able to function in these areas that are important for the economy, they're going to be crazy. They're going to be, kind of like mentally ill. You have to put all them on welfare. I mean, look, for example, I don't know what Reagan did, but I understand that he closed down the mental institutions because per patient it might be costing something like maybe $500,000 or $250,000 per person in that institution. You have all the depreciation, all the maintenance, all these salaries, all this stuff. So $500,000 per person. So you say, you know what? I give these people a $500 check and let them go in the street. Everything will be good. And perhaps, I don't know, you don't know now who's crazy. I mean, all kind of people that look good, they're on the medication and then you marry them and then they slip off the medication and want to kill you. Right? But maybe he saw also that apart from the cost high, that people might have been getting more and more there because as people use more drugs, more of them have problems. And they end up in there because you just can't put in these chemicals that you're making your body without harming yourself. I'm talking about math, engineering, technology, and science, or whatever. Folks, these are crucial things. And the whole culture, I mean, the institutions, the family, religion, education, the economy, all these things affect, students' abilities. And lastly, I think that if a student demonstrates a significant ability, some government organizations going to tell them, man, you got to work for us, bro. We need you, man. And who wants to work for any government kind of institution? Like, what's going to come and want to recruit you? So folks just staying away. I'm not going to get to specialize in that because I don't want to work for those people over there. They're going to use you and then destroy you and then either get you killed or dump you in the street. So that's another problem. I mean, if I were to start my life over again, I wouldn't be smart. I'll just be getting me this check and just chill out because you know what? I mean, so much problems, man. Watching you, doing things where you're checking your boss, checking your neighbors, asking a whole bunch of questions, harassing you and all this kind of stuff. So, where is it going to stop and where are we going to start over again? It's hard because the way things are, The enemy is making sure that it's just not one thing you throw it in the one reach you throw it, we throw like 40, 100 different things, man. So when you pick this out, you have all these to pick out, and people like it so much. All this crap have become like so endeared to the people's heart. You see, if you have a business and the electricity gone, you know, cut, you got to close your business because the folks can't come and they give you all their money. And even when they can't compete to doing this stuff, even to check the change, it's not a problem. The company got to show them that 5 fives, 25 cents, all that kind of stuff. So it's bad. And I know the president is about an education president. He wants to change things. But do the parents want it? Do the kids want it? They just want to listen to some. Oh, and they go down there and listen to this stupid rap music and these different music they have. All these little bees, all these careless people shoot up the place. You can't be doing well in school when you like trivial stuff. You have to like sometimes, I guess. You need a little recreation. In Puerto Rico, call it diversion. But you got to major in some serious stuff because you're preparing for a serious life.